5, 4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Season 3 EU Qualifiers. We are in the round of 16, Mr. Bird, and boy, do we have a treat. We are actually in the picks and bans for Mouz versus Anexis, best of 3. The last of the heats being played out today, and we're spectators, which means we have camera control. Oh, I am so happy about this. But FourCourtJester with the L3 IRD. Stream is the word. I am excited to get this game going, bro.
I'm excited, as well as we do have Anexis Esports, which we did actually see a little bit yesterday, and Mouz we saw a little bit as well, but both teams are coming into the second round of this really strong. So I'm actually really happy. It's really good teams that are going to be playing against each other, and I feel like both teams are ready to roll and ready to go for this little bit of awesomeness. We do see the bands coming out right now: Leeson, Evelyn, Kha'Zix, and Twisted Fate. Not surprising that it's actually Kha'Zix getting banned out, and Anexis playing a little bit of awesome midage with the 80 bruisers, and getting that down is a good thing. Elise getting banned out as well. Now Esports, they're gonna get some I guess people down, because truthfully they don't want anything happening in that mid lane. That is kind of like an assassin or kind of a global presence.
Okay, summoner blockers are up. Thank you for reminding me about that. Everyone can see all those lovely jester hats. But yeah, 80 bruisers has been on and off. I think we've only really seen one team actually throw 80 mid, and I think that was Dragonborn. So, I mean, Kha'Zix as a ban, Elise, those are similar bans as well. Twisted Fate seems to be more of a blanket ban on EU, more than NA, because anything. If he doesn't get banned, he seems to be picked. Real popular. Yeah,
definitely, and Kha'Zix is a really good just assassin in the type that his Void Spikes do so much damage upgraded as well, can proc out the passive, and with those Black Cleaver stacks, well, the League Cleaver still is going to be held true, and it's still going to be really good to come into this. For Thana, going to be picking up that Xin Zhao pick, Xin Zhao, and it's going to be really cool to see that coming in again. And actually, the last series we saw, or maybe 2 series ago, I totally don't remember, Xin was being picked every single game. We'll see if Shin can make it happen for the team of Mouz Esports.
It was the Smotaha Primedaha. They went 3 games with that Jhin jungle, so we're going to have to see what good he can do here on Team Mouz. The last time I actually got to watch Mouz firsthand was the Thor Open, and it definitely an impressive team, although they had some very stiff competition up against those Copenhagen Wolves, who have already now qualified for Season 3. So, you know, up against Anexis, I mean, it's really good to see Anexis here into the 16, because we did get to cover one of their games yesterday, right?
Yeah, Anexis and Mouz, we definitely covered both of them. Or we covered maybe Mouse's just a little bit, but Anexis we definitely showed up, and we saw a lot of goodness that from the XGBT/Kitty's Midden team work out really well. So they're gonna be picking up that MF again. I think they were running MF yesterday, and they're gonna be picking up the Amumu as well. So they're gonna go for that combo, the Wombo combo of the Crystal 7 Mummy on top of the Bullet Time. And just a reminder really quickly, this is actually a round of 8 matchup, so this is actually for seeding for the offline tournament for Poland.
So they got all the way to the round of 8.
Wow,
no, yeah, you're totally right.
Mouz Esports, yeah.
My mistake. I guess I was still stuck in the mentality of round of 16 because that's what Medroid was streaming, but now we're not streaming that. So, yeah, okay, so this is for seeding, which means that we have already 2 wins under each of their belts, and looking at the brackets, they both won it 2-0. So, unfortunately, somebody does have to get defeated here after going through pretty much undefeated to the round of 8. And I don't know, I mean, Anexis is definitely a strong team, but I have seen Mouz in action, so I'm leaning a little bit more towards them. Is that an Ashe pick, Mr. Bird?
Yeah, Mouz is going to be picking up the Ashe. It's going to be, I think Kuja is going to be picking that one up for himself, and I think it's Prothano is actually the AD carry. But, yeah, Ashe, Initiate, lots of good things that happen with that Enchanted Crystalline Arrow. But overall, I feel like the team is looking like what an M5 team would usually look like for Mouz Esports, especially with that Zyra pick, especially with that Shinsho pick. Like, those 2 alone really kind of shown out that they want to do some M5 kind of strategy. But on top of that, now you have the Ashe with the arrow. They're going to really control a lot of that jungle, and they're going to try to push it onto the Anexis people. For Mumu, you really need to control that jungle so that he can stay pretty much alive throughout it. And we see a Nunu and a Rise pickup, so a lot of control in that little bit of the laneage as well. Rise is a really good safe laner, but can get outplayed sometimes. It's gonna be really good to see what Anexis is gonna bring out with that Rise. But MF, Nunu, I mean, again, push, 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 get that blood boil on that AD carry, push some more, and hopefully get some towers down. Anexis is going to be working out a really good team. Mouz Esports, they're going to be pressuring, and that's always going to be a good thing for the team of Mouz.
We got the purple hotness in the stream right now, Mr. Strato gracing us with his presence, but basically I'm just going to nod my head and agree with everything you said there because I don't see anything wrong with it, sir. Olaf, another big pick for the EU. There's been very few games without an Olaf. I mean, he can just charge that front line, no problem. Ragnarok get decently tanky, and with all that true damage into the back line, he does do a good number on those really fragile glass cannons in the ADCs, sometimes the mids as well. So it was going to be that Olaf pickup. I do like the idea of a Rise. It looks like we are going to have mages in the middle, no AD bruisers today, but once again we're seeing a Mumu picked up, and again I just want to say that for Mouz, a nice level 1 invade could go a long way to keeping down that Amumu. But you know, what do you think of a level 1 fight?
Level 1 fight probably going to be happening within Mumu little jungle age, but then again, I'm pretty sure Mouz is what they're going to do. They're going to pressure for that level 1 fight. If they do have a level 1 fight, they can win it out, especially with Young Buck. He's going to be using that Shadow Dash to get in onto the team of Anexis. But if they don't do the level 1 fight, they're definitely going to ward out at least Mumu's red or even steal Mumu's red and try to take it from there. Although Anexis could do the same kind of thing, there's been some crazy little Korean strat that's been happening with Nunu support. Take that consume and take that early red buff away from the team. Not having to use that smite and having that level 1 consume makes it so that you can have a little bit of counter jungle of your own. I wouldn't expect it to happen for Anexis, but I mean, it's a possibility and it's a play that Anexis can do.
Alright, delay is now done. Going to remove the picks and bans cover so you can see the summoners here, guys. Once again, cleanse coming out for the AD carry, and it's going to be cleanse on there for actually both of them. Arkel going to be taking that as well. No barriers, but double ignite versus the single. We got a teleport there on that Rise. I'm assuming that's still a Rise mid. It's going to be an Olaf top because we do got a Mumu jungling. So Rise mid with that teleport. We have seen some really amazing teleport play coming out of EU this entire tournament. So I'm excited to see what Salavra can do with that. And at the same time, we do got that exhaust bottom lane on top of Kuja. Now Kuja on Zyra and an Ashe, that almost feels like, you know, a decent substitute to the whole Sona Ezreal kind of long range pokiness.
In a way, yeah, I mean, Volley gives you a bad trade, but then again, Ezreal still has a little bit more damage output in the beginning, so Berthana with the Ashe, gonna have to wait until that late game status actually really went on trades. Kite all day, I mean, that's the biggest thing about Ashe, you want to kite all day so that you can do all the damages. But as a lane phase, Berthana and Kuja are gonna be somewhat reliant on Envision to actually give out some more ganks to help them, but overall, well, I don't want to say that there might be a lane swap because there could be a lane swap for both Berthana and Kuja, because that's a really good lane for pokage. You have the Zyra plants, you have a lot of damage output with Volley as well, and I mean Olaf is a good 2v1er, but truthfully, I don't know if that's going to be the best of deals when you have a Ashe in your face getting crit arrowed, and then you have damage output that Kuja's going to be bringing out with the Zyra plants.
Less than a minute to get this going, guys. Best of 3, Mouz versus Anexis here in the Season 3 EU Qualifiers, the last heats of the day. Now, we could have a really nice and epic best of 3, and then, of course, I guess we're going to be playing this all through. NA will be starting up in, I think, hour and a half, the NA heat, so we're going to have to make a decision later on about that. But overall, very excited to get this game going. As a side note here, I actually have Shushay talking to me on Skype. He wanted to know where we got all the music from. I was like, it's Medroid's. It's not mine.
I mean, Medroid has always played what, Vi. Does anyone here want to hear some Vi?
Yeah, no, Vi music, the official music of picks and bans for Riot Medroid's stream. Really fun times like that. We are going to get this game rolling. Summoner delay is going to be rolling down, and yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that pretty graphic on on for the static because they kind of just jumped me with this whole request. But that's what you get for a static page for now. But still, decent fun, going to be ink, and we get our own camera. I think that's going to be the biggest thing for me.
So I'm going to make sure that I have my director camera on, and I'm going to make sure that it's kind of stuck in the corner maybe. And it's a good camera for you to do some radio casting level 1 to level 5. Radio
casting and the whole thing. Oh, I do agree with you there, sir.
What was I about to say? We got some skins and all that goodness. I feel like this is probably one of the best matchups to look up for the top 8. If it is actually for this is actually for seeding, so technically if you do lose out, it's just that you're going to have a seeding between 4 through 8. So we'll see who Mouz or Anexis gets into with that. But if Anexis does pull off the upset and pick up Mouz, because that's technically what most people would think that Mouz is just a little bit of the underdog or not the overdog per se. The last time we talked about Anexis, the last time we talked about XGPT, the last time we talked about Kidneys, I don't know the rest of the name of the team, was about last year. And we were like high on them, but we're not really too high on them. Again, they're XGPT with the whole thing, and truthfully, I don't know. We'll see if they can actually shock the world yet again, especially because remember, they did take, well, 3 of the members did take WCG, 2nd place, 2011. Pretty good stuff.
There we go, guys. So stream is ready to go, and yeah, it's just like pretty big stuff right now. Best of 1, game number 1 going down. Blue team, Mouz, red team, Anexis. I'm going to start the scoreboard here for you. So level 1's all yours, Mr. Bird.
That's so great, and I know that they're going to be raiding into the red jungle / Anexis jungle, but again, Anexis is just ready to go. They don't want to do anything, and they're going to defend out as much as they can. Olaf going to be seen. I don't know if Olaf is actually going to be taken away. No, they're going to ward out, and yep, they're just going to get that set and ready to go. And we'll see if the team's going to be ready for Anexis to actually wait for that counter invade, because it's going to come, and Amumu has to be ready, and if Amumu's down below 50% health, that is probably one dead little mummy.
A nice pentakill skin there on Olaf, as he is now, what, I think the drummer for the band. So he's going to be top, but, invade not going down. I didn't even see any wards going down here from Mouz, but in terms of wards, we've got that one Explorer on top of Zyra, Kuja, and we also got that the Explorer ward and the 2 regulars, but nothing really going off. Okay, no, there is one. It's hidden by that other ward. So we do got the Explorer beside the just regular ones. So they are going to be keeping track of where Olaf's going to be, where Amumu's going to be heading off. Could we see something of a Mouz 3-man play here at blue?
Probably. Wow, they're actually going to go try to do for this evade. I hope they actually don't go for it, because there's a lot of people ready, and Clever is going to get caught up. Clever is going to have to use that flash. Is he going to be taken down? And Neck going down. First blood going to be happening. Great job by Ash Prathana picking that up, and actually Prathana picking that up, meaning Ash is going to get ahead in the lane already from the start. That is just never a good feel for Nexus to actually get that one up to the Ash.
Yeah, we did throw down that exhaust on top of him as well, and he did use the flash on out of that, but yeah, no dice for them. I think they actually put down a ward before he even got there, and that's why they were able to see him. So nice 3-man first blood going to Mouz just before the 2-minute mark. Really good work on their part, and yeah, 3-man play at the blue. It looked like the rest of the team just like, well, alright, Ryze is dead, we're just going to continue on with blue, and he's going to have to come back to lane a little late. Already a 5 creep deficit developing in that mid lane.
Not on top of that. Also on top of that, there's assist from the from the box, and well, Ryze will have to do whatever he has to do to kind of come back into it. It's already a detriment if Ryze falls back a little bit, but if you fall back even more so, it's just really hard to climb, because Ryze is kind of item dependent, just like how Karthus is as well. So we'll see if that goes. Kuja gonna catch up on the arc kill at the bottom lane and do some poke damage as well, but nothing really happening over there. We're gonna set up over Pal. Remember our great little Han friend. I'm gonna go try to get this one on War Hunter.
Yeah, he's kind of, yeah, Overpower is camping out mid right now, but I'm not really going to see a kill on that. We do got Xin as well for a little bit of counter. Kuja going to be taking some damage, though. Arkel could be in some trouble. The Cleanse going to be coming out, double flash, but they don't have the last auto attack in order to grab it. So now it's going to be Ro8 trying to grab the kill on top of Kuja. He is tanking very well against Prothana. Good grasping roots coming out, waiting for that ice ball. It's not going to be enough to quite take him down, but it does look like Xin in the mid able to take out, or no, Xin in the bottom able to take down that fleeing Misfortune. Nice trade here as well. So really good response out of Envision, transferring from that mid to grab the kill, and that's going to put Mouz up 3-1.
Yeah, I don't understand why Nunu still actually went on and tried to get that kill onto the Zyra. Gave up another kill to the Ashe. Although Ashe is not like a hyper parry per se, like a Vayne per se, but still, you're giving the 80 carry a kill while you take one from the support. I don't know if that's the best idea. Overpower gonna go right on the Prothana. Gonna miss off that damage toss, and unfortunately for not, is gonna be backing away from this. Nexus, sharing a little bit of rest, it seems. A little bit on the A edge, and this is what Mouz wanted to do. They wanted to pressure really early. They wanted to get some control, and they definitely had that control, especially being up 1k gold in this 4 minute go.
Yeah, Envision actually, he headed back to town, but he didn't pick up anything, so how much gold does he have in his pocket? 900, in fact, leading the gold at this point, just a little under 14, now a little bit over at 1400, but now Ashe, the 201, 1800 gold to her name. She comes back to the lane with not only those boots, but a flask as well as the Vamp Scepter. Good light bindings in the mid. Rise not going to be looking so healthy right there. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 against the Overpower. He is going to be crying his way. Has to use that flash. The second flash coming out from Envision, and the double kill going to War Hunter for that mid lane. 2-0-1 on both mid and the ADC. It is looking really good in this early game for Mouz.
I mean, Mouz is just getting so much of a good crowd right now for himself, and Mouz just got, well, Rise waste out another teleport as well. Just a lot of things happening for them, and it's all because of the early pressure, but also I feel like Anexis is just playing a little bit on edge, trying to do some things that they shouldn't really be doing, like especially over that bottom lane. I mean, yes, Zyra is low, but truthfully, I don't know if you really want to waste out your flash or heal just for that kill onto that Zyra when technically Ashe takes up another kill, gets another item advantage, and Misfortune's going to fall way, way, way behind.
And Misfortune's a little behind, as there's only 3 creeps, but she comes back to lane with only the Doran's Blade, which I assume that she had as a first item. No boots, no potions, just Doran's Blade and potion. That's all she has. So in terms of that, yeah, she is going to be a little bit more later into her mid-game or end-game scenario. Salaver in the mid, you know, he's been buoyed out a little bit, and after that first blood and the second death, he's down 16 creeps. War Hunter taking a little bit of harass in the mid, but it looks like she will be okay. And Amumu, I don't know, we got to make something happen here, Mr. Overpower, otherwise your lanes are just going to start losing very, very gradually.
I mean, the mid and bottom lanes are the most important things, and Overpower has been camping over in this mid. Unfortunately, Lux has been able to space herself out so that she doesn't actually get caught up by that bandage toss or anything around from the Mumu. I was about to talk about this top lane a little bit. Xin was actually over there at top lane, but Olaf versus Shen, very good lane for Olaf actually. Olaf just trades off with the reckless swing, and overall should be able to win that one out. And it kind of shows 49-43. Shen hasn't gone back yet, but we'll see if that actually plays out to the truth, because that's usually a counterback to a Shen player, usually, especially with if you do Shadow Dash into a Olaf, and Olaf just puts Ragnarok, just trades up a bit of damage, triggers about all your damage mitigation that you have with your Shadow Dash, and says, well, I guess we win today.
Kuja going to be taking an ice ball to the face. We might have our mid and jungle rotating down, or maybe they're just going to be looking for that blue steel, but they're kind of out there, out of that mid. War Hunter and on Vision. Maybe they're going to be waiting for that Amumu, looking for the gank. We still have red and blue for a little bit longer here on top of War Hunter, but Rise all alone there in the mid should have raised some alarms, saying, okay, these guys are missing. You can see Nunu backing off, maybe going to go check out the bushes behind him, but at the same time, wasting a lot of time just not in lane.
I mean, they're going to come out and take over the blue buff, and again, Mouz Esports really wanted to control all the buffs. We're going to see if Mouz is going to go dive onto this bottom lane. Don't feel like that's probably the best play, but we'll see if that actually happens. War Hunter doing some good stuff right now. He has that Phoenix Codex, has that Chalice of Harmony, don't know what he's totally aiming to go for, but he's going to be getting some good little bit of mana regeneration. Possibly, I truly don't know. I think in the end we'll figure it out, but Phoenix Codex and mana regeneration on that Chalice of Harmony, it's all good stuff that you want to have early for Lux.
Well, using that arrow combo with the Zyra DPS, looking for that kill on top of Arkel, not exactly going to be grabbing it, but top lane, a little bit of altercation as well. Young Buck going to be pushing back against Zaxxas, and we should have some kind of idea that our blue is now missing. Overpower has himself a Spirit Stone, but I don't think they've actually been back to check their blue. But still, with Mouz controlling both buffs like that, I mean, it's going to be really hard just to go mono-a-mono when you don't have blue against a Lux.
You know, I mean, in general, Lux is kind of not blue dependent, or actually is blue dependent, while Rise is item dependent, blue dependent, all that goodness. I mean, Tear of the Goddess is going to be good enough to resustain for a little bit, but overall, I think he would love a blue buff, and unfortunately for Nai, they're never going to give the blue buff back to Anexis, and truthfully, Anexis is going to have to find some ways to make some plays. I feel like even a bottom lane 4-man push over mid would be really good play for the team on Nexus. But overall, I mean, they kind of slowed down the plays. Everything's going good. 60 to 74 on the CS score over this bottom lane. 52 to 70 on this mid lane. Almost getting that bind by Warhunter right over there. And Envision would have been able to collapse onto Clever. But overall, not too bad after all the aggression that actually happened in the beginning game.
Well, the problem there is that we used Overpow's Curse of the Sad Mummy to try to grab the kill, but he missed the bandage at the end. That means Warhunter is going to go home for free, and just the aggression is being tried here by Anexis. They're trying to make stuff happen, but so far Mouz just always one step ahead of them, sitting now at a 5-1 score, 3,000 gold difference, and we're only 10 minutes into this game. Now, Young Buck, he's come back up to top lane. He does have himself that giant spell to go with Adorn's Shield, so good luck trying to burst him down. We do got a Philostone as well as that Ruby Crystal on top of Zaxxas, so, you know, typically with those Ruby Crystals, we see like early Shurilias or early Warmogs, you know, big tanky items that allows him to get back into that back line. And, you know, he's just still in that fledgling versions of him. Shadow Dash going off. Here comes On Vision as well, but I think he got Creep Block, did not finish off the 3-town combo. And the Ragnarok going out as well. Zax is going to be able to get out of that one. So, big aggression. If he does head back to town, could be a dangerous time for that tower.
Yeah, Zaxxas is going to have to clear out as much as they can, and Mouz coming right around. And actually, they're going for a straight-up dive. And Vision is going to get a audacious charge onto it. Shadow Dash, clean up. Young Buck picking up the kill, no problem. Overpower going to come right into it. Rise is going to come up from the side, but Overpower going to get Crescent Sweep around. Not going to be able to use that Curse of 7 move side. Curse of 7 wasn't even up, so I don't think they were going to actually complete anything over on that top lane dive.
Yeah, so Laver, he wanted to go in on it, but after noticing that mid was gone, 3-on-1, not a situation he could likely win. Maybe trade out 1-for-1 at best. I mean, he does have that tier, and it looks like he's going to go for that Catalyst, but at 11 minutes in, not even a Catalyst or the tier 2 boots, it's looking a little grim for him at this point. 64 creeps to the 88 that Lux is currently pumping, and she's also now pushing into this mid lane. Down goes the turret. 6-1 with a turret in their pocket, and 4,000 gold lead now developed. Again, Mouz's early game is absolutely trumping Anexis.
Yeah, Nexus is just kind of losing out on this, and Nexus was going to lose out a little bit in the early game. I mean, so much of Mouz's jungle is very dependent on blue, so much of Rise is very dependent on items, and they needed to get out of the lane phase pretty much unscathed or a little bit under, if anything. And they are a little bit under 3k, but in the 12-minute go of the game, it's not really a good thing, because truthfully 6-1 kills, and there's some really good stuff that is going to be coming up from both carries on Mouz Esports pretty soon.
Good grasping roots, landing some damage there on top of Erotic. He does have himself that Philostone and the Sight Stone as well. Still holding on to his Biscuit, though. Hasn't really found an opportunity to use it. Again, differences there in the AD carries. I mean, it's like night and day. 2-0-1 and a whole bunch of creeps. Like, we have a 1,400 gold difference between our two ADCs in that bot lane. Bullet time going to be coming out. No Sad Mummy, but here goes the Absolute Zero with that flash. Arrow is going to go out and stun him out of that one. Here comes the Stand United. Young Buck, not entirely too sure that was needed, because now that's going to allow Olaf to push on back, but Young Buck leading the charge. There's the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Young Buck able to get off that Shadow Dash, and Kuja, I don't think, is actually going to go down. No, he will not. Brothana able to pick pick up that kill. The Shadow Dash in there as well. We had Lux pick up the long-range kill on top of Misfortune. Now we're going to be chasing down Erotic with the laser. A nice double kill coming out from from Lux as well. Salaver could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Did get exhausted. Youngbuck not going to go in with that Shadow Dash, although maybe now he's deciding, all right, going to tank it up. Has the cooldowns ready to go. Salaver's going to be doing his best, but it will be another kill, and all of Mouz is going to get out of that one unscathed.
Yeah, Buck getting really good timing over there. There's Dragon taken away from Mouz Esports. Really good play by Warhunter to actually catch onto RKL, and RKL couldn't really do anything else on that. Again, another kind of interesting play from Anexis. Anexis goes in, uses the Mumu. Mumu says, well, I'm still going to go for this. Goes right in and gets kited all day by a kite master of Ashe. And really pretty, without an Anexis to even kind of shift mood onto that, he just kind of just auto-attacked it. And that was just unfortunate times for Mouz Esports, fortunate times for Mouz Esports, very unfortunate times for Anexis.
Alright, well, Overpower now has recontrol of his blue, so the timing will be there, but there was a ward, so we do know that it did go down from Mouz. Regular blue should be going off to Warhunter fairly soon. Yeah, it did just pop back up, so I suspect that that will be a thing in fairly short order. About 14 minutes in at a 10-1 score, Mouz is looking, again, just really, really strong. We got that Bloodthirster now finished up for Ashe. He's sitting at 3-0-3, the 4-0-2 on top of Warhunter mid. I mean, he does have that Chalice and the Codex, hasn't finished it up into the Athenes, but he has a needlessly large rod. That's how much money he went back with, enough to get himself a needlessly large rod. Looking for the light binding, is going to land it on both. Not going to get the double laser, however, but he will get a lot of damage here on top of Erotic. The bullet time going out. Warhunter going to get hit by that snowball as well. Warhunter will drop, but the double comes out for Mouz. Nice shutdown spree coming out. On Vision looking for the kill on top of Salaver. 3 Talon Strike combo will go up right through that rune present. Overpower not going to land that bandage, and this is probably going to be curtains for Salaver as Prothana takes that kill, and Zaxa still kind of camps up top unperturbed.
Yeah, Overpower just not really showing any presence in this game right now. Something different from the last few games that we actually saw of him. And truthfully, Anexis is just out and down from this one. Truthfully, I would let go all the turrets, throw them up as a team, and think of ways to actually catch onto the team. And Mouz Esports, they kind of excel in catching onto people, so it's like a double, it's a catch-22. I mean, the Nexus can either roam up, try to get some catches, and hopefully, you know, Mouz Esports just messes up just a little bit, or they can try to push up for turrets and such like that, but they're going to be trading their own turrets, / they're going to be trading some of the lives as well. And unfortunate for that, and Nexus is just in a really bad place and a really bad time. They're going to need to get some farm up for both Rise and Misfortune to actually catch up in items, but it might be a little too late, it might be a little too early to say ISO as well, because truthfully, anything can go. It's only 16 minutes, but seeing the EU West kind of mentality, / seeing the EU mentality, they've been pretty good mechanically in finishing up games as a team as well.
Top tower now down as well, 3-1, with the Dragon in their pocket and 11 extra kills. Even the creeping on Mouz so far superior to that of Anexis. The 120s basically across the 3 different lanes is fallen a little bit short against most notably that Rise. Rise only at 94, but he is 0-4, so he spent quite a bit of time out of lane trying to get some of those ganks, counter ganks, but at 0-4-0, that's a hurting score for a mid to have.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, Clever is only at Catalyst, and on top of that, Sorceries, he's just not going to have any good times right now. Looking at the item builds, yeah, double Bloodthirster all the way. We do see that for both AD carries, but yeah, it's really interesting in seeing that on Ashe. Probably could have just gone right to a Infinity Edge or something like that, but I mean, cheaper build, you're going to be building up to that Zeal really early. You're going to get either the Phantom Dancer or everyone's favorite Static Shiv on Ashe, so that'll work out together, while Misfortune doesn't even have a tier 2 boots, doesn't even have a Zeal. A lot of things that Misfortune is missing right now are in this bottom lane.
Overpower getting hit by that like max range binding. Wasn't entirely too sure that's gonna hit. He actually laughed it off. Overpower. He's a funny guy. But yeah, no, the difference between the two AD carriers again is like night and day. 5,000 gold to nearly the 7,000 that Ash has now accrued. Same with, it's even worse for the mid. Almost 7,000 gold on Lux and 4,200 on Rise. Like, I think our support is in danger of actually surpassing our mid in terms of gold because he does have that gold per 5 rocking.
That's never a good idea, but actually, you're kind of close. 500 gold difference between that. Truthfully, though, I think Rise is going to be okay. Oh, our kill is going to be hit by that laser. Do see the Clinch going to be used up again, and Envision's going to go right onto Erratic.
Yeah, there's the Curse of the Sad Mummy, going to get the bullet time out as well. Stranglethorn's being thrown down, but Slaver with that exhaust, he is ignited. Looks like he's not going to get out as Warhunter picks up one, looking for the double, not exactly going to get it. On Vision now kind of running with the team. Young Buck down here as well. Overpow is going to drop. No kills for him. Not the best of place for Arkel to be that Arc of Volley almost grabbing the kill, but it will be Lux dropping for a 3-for-1 exchange. Once again, Shen showing us that even if he's top lane, he can still be part of these fights, and look who's shown up late to the party.
It's Bro for a pentakill Olaf. I think that's the pentakill skin right over there. Gonna be backing away from it. He does have Warmogs first. Actually was surprised to see that. I thought he was gonna go straight up good at Shrieldish route and maybe build up the Warmog second, because truthfully he needs some mobility, and you have so much global mobility with Shen with that Sand United. I mean, truthfully that's kind of what you need. But then again, Olaf's going to be bringing in the damages with the whole team fight, but I think someone said in chat, you know, probably when they were up 4 kills, the Nexus probably should have just team fought and / probably roamed up together. Yeah, I think that is probably the way to go, because truthfully this is just not working well. Staying in lanes for Nexus is just not the way to go for them.
16-3-4 towers now to their name. Little overpow. 0-3-1, 0-5-0 for that Rise. Dragon attempt going down here. Is it going to get stolen out? You bet your bottom dollar. Lux going to be able to take that one with the final spark, and a little bit of damage landing on top of Anexis as well. They are really, really skittish. They really do not want to fight that. And overpow could be a little bit caught out here. Does he have that Sad Mummy ready to go? It is still on cooldown, so that is going to be a free kill to Own Vision right there. Really good work catching him out. 306 on that. Wow, on that Xin, and look at that, 4-for-1 surrender vote. 20 minutes 30 seconds into this game. That means Anexis is going to drop 0-1 in the seeding best of 3s against Mouz.
It's just unfortunate times and unfortunate measures for Anexis. That was just perfectly planned out by Mouz Esports, and especially since they kind of took one from the page of M5 and literally did the same thing of gank game, counter gank game, but mostly just controlling that blue buff, and just, well, I would say dirty, but really smart play from Mouz Esports, really making it very gritty to make sure that they get this win.
Yeah, that was very gritty. Yeah, 17-3. Like the gold difference just by itself, I think, was approaching the 10,000 mark at that point. Let's see, 8-7-5-7-6 versus nobody even cracking the 6 grand. So even our support, our Zyra, almost trumping the entire team of Anexis. That's the story right there.
Very unfortunate times, but yeah, we'll be seeing this coming into play. I think this is a best of 3. I would hope so. So
we'll see. Sure, it's best of 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see this coming in again soon. I mean, Anexis, they showed something last time we actually saw them. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to come back. But if they don't, it's good for Mouz, because Mouz definitely is one of those teams that really should be in the top 8, and we'll probably see them live.